What's up, guys? It's Travis from the TM Podcast, and today is not a podcast, obviously. I just wanted to make a quick video because every single day since I've been doing the podcast, which is about 6 months now, someone asks me what type of equipment that I use, how I record, how I post, things like that. So I figured I would make a quick video. And I understand that most of the people that are asking that question aren't asking because they care. It's more because they're probably trying to start their own podcast, which is fine. I wish I would have had the access to this information. The way that I picked all the things that I have isn't because of customer reviews or what's best or the top of the line stuff. It's just kind of what I've found along my way that kind of got it to sound the way that I wanted to, if that makes sense. So I'll do a quick rundown of what I have and you can make fun of it later if you would like. So I'll go ahead and apologize for the lighting because I don't have a lot of soft lights, which I should. It's something I'm working on because I want the podcast to be on YouTube as well in this format rather than just audio because that's boring. So from the start, I use a Audio-Technica 2020 or AT 2020. I'll try to focus in on that. It's pretty basic microphone. It's actually pretty cheap, but it works. I mean, you hear my podcast that I don't really see the point in buying a $600 microphone for something as basic as my podcast. So that's like 20 bucks. The Knox Gear pop filter that I use actually came with the microphone, so I'm not sure how much that costs by itself. I doubt very much. Same with the mic stand. I literally got the most basic setup for mic stands, microphones, whatever, and it works just fine for me. May not work for you, but for what I'm doing, it's fine. One thing that I do see asked a lot is how to attach these things to desk without them slipping. And I don't know if you can see it, but I pretty much just drilled a hole in the bottom of my desk with this. It works. It hasn't fallen down yet, but I say that and we'll see what happens. So I use that microphone, and yeah, I use a Mac. Everyone so far has made fun of me for that for some reason. But the interface I use is a Focusrite 2i2. And for now, with just me on the podcast, it makes sense because it has 2 channels and I only use 1. But if you have a bigger podcast, I would understand why you would need a little bit larger interface or maybe a better one. I just have a basic monitor. I don't really have the need for another one. I'm not really mixing or making any professional music right now, so there's no real point in me throwing a lot of money at it. But the actual recording software I use is Reaper. It's free for a trial period, and it's basic. I'm basic. I don't know a lot of stuff about actual recording, and I'm kind of learning along the way. I have a friend or two that throws me a few tips, but the reason I like it the most is just it's pretty much point and click for recording stuff. And if you don't know a lot about recording like I don't, it's pretty helpful. There's a lot of tips, and every single command has its little shortcut that comes up on the screen or whatever, but it's pretty much this easy to record. And no matter what you do, you can always undo, and I like that about it. So all I did, that, it's pretty much this easy to record. So you don't want to get any more complicated than that, really, for a podcast, unless you have multiple guests. I don't know, it works for me. And as far as soundproofing and the actual studio quote that I just have some cubicle walls that I bought used, as you can see by the questionable stains that are there, and some soundproof little foam pieces I got off of Amazon. Every couple of weeks I'll order some more with the goal of having all this covered. The room that I use is pretty small, but I think it's better. There's just a little bit of an echo sometimes in my episodes, which is okay. My friend Adam, who records music, he likes the room, but obviously it's nowhere close to something that you would want for recording professional music. I have a couple guitars that I don't use for the podcast at all. A Lamborghini poster because I'm a child, but that's really it. And as far as posting goes, I'm not advanced enough for screen recording on this computer yet, so whatever. But I use Libsyn to host my podcast, and it's also because it's pretty simple. It costs maybe $20 a month for a lot of memory that I don't use because I only post once a week. and it's as easy as adding the content after you've saved it and just posting it, basically. So that's it. Probably forgot something, but that's it. It's pretty simple. It is a lot of work to get to the point that I am now, but it's only because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Like I said, I'm sure I forgot something, and I'm sure that you have better ideas or better equipment than me, and that's fine. It's just what works for me. If you have any other ideas of equipment that I should get besides more lighting, obviously, for videos, let me know and we can argue about it. Cat. And the most important element of any recording studio is Cat. I don't know why she's licking her lips. She better not be eating something. Cat. Cat. How do I make the podcast better? Delete it? Oh.